Hi, it's Sandy here, and I'm a few minutes late, but we have the new moon rose reading today, and it's just such an interesting time energetically. I'm finding that we're moving through all sorts of waves of energy, and I hope you're all managing to navigate these these waves. It's like learning to surf. Manage these waves of energy that are constantly coming and seemingly sort of moving us through into new places, into new phases of really being present to life and to what we're here for. Just extraordinary times. And I was speaking with my friend Renee in the States just this morning and discussing the differences in that and what we're experiencing in these waves of energy. For me, it's been a really intense emotional pieces that are coming up for me, and there's no wriggle room. The thought will come up or the trigger will come up, and it's really in your face, and there is nowhere to go except into deep acceptance of the experience of the energy, and allow it to sort of guide, certainly for guiding me through the way of releasing it or needing to speak. Powerful and intense times of clearing. And Renee was saying that for her, there's been intense physical symptoms that have been coming up in the body and really requiring our attention and not ignoring the discomfort that comes up in our bodies, but allowing it to be the thread that actually brings you down into this beautiful vehicle that we've chosen for our journey this lifetime, and bringing full attention to what it is that the body is wishing us to stop and listen to. So definitely not necessarily comfortable times, but I do draw solace from the fact that astrologers like Pam Gregory have sort of said that as we navigate these times, we are going to be moving into a place where perhaps things might be a little bit more comfortable for us to navigate and work our way through. Anyway, we are here to do the rose reading, and I have pre-selected 3 roses. I've shuffled the cards and drawn them with the intention of bringing guidance and inspiration in these current times. And let's see which one of these roses you are drawn to, where the energy charge is, what catches your attention. So, are you drawn to rose card 1? Are you drawn to rose card 2? Or are you drawn to rose card 3? So just see which one really pops for you, because it's really fascinating that our inner guidance system will bring us to exactly the right piece of information that can perhaps give us an opening or an insight into our next piece of unfolding for us. So, if you have chosen rose card 1, here she is, and she's Rose Angel 8. Now, the Rose Angels came forward as transformers for what the roses described as the Magdalene wounds, the wounds to the heart. And this particular rose is one of the 5 energies that work as these transformers, and they transform the energy of abandonment to self-love, betrayal to trust, denial to truth, judgment to forgiveness, and separation to surrender. this Rose Angel, and she is a powerful transformer of the energy of betrayal to the energy of trust. Now, betrayal is an interesting energy. You know, we can experience that external to ourselves, but we also have the ability to betray ourselves. And what I've noticed mostly, that shows itself in not trusting our gut feeling, not trusting our gut instinct on things, and allowing ourselves to be seduced into an external form of passivity, if you like, of letting things go because we think it's just going to be okay. So what she's calling you to is to deep self-trust. And self-trust is also an element of self-love. You know, when we can deeply trust our gut feeling, trust that instinct within us to take another look, or just to sit back and review perhaps a choice that we're making, or a pathway that we're choosing to take. So if you've chosen Rose Card 1, this is Rose Angel 8, and she is calling for you to look at all aspects of trust in your life. So that will be where you trust yourself and also where you trust others. Powerful, powerful energy to be working with, particularly on a new moon. You know, new moon is traditionally all about new beginnings and charting a new journey, charting a new pathway in life. And perhaps this is calling you to review, to look carefully at details, so that you are in full trust of yourself when you take decisions or action. So, if you have chosen Rose Card 2, this is Rose 6, and I think she came up during the last month. Really powerful Rose. She's from the original set. She works in the sacral chakra. So if you've chosen her, she's calling you to look at perhaps a new way of creativity, a new way of expressing yourself in the world. The sacral chakra connects with the base chakra in the foundation of our lives, but it's what, as I see it, like Jung would describe the individuation. So what she's calling you to is, who am I inside the tribe? You know, what are my qualities? What are my gifts? How do I embrace all that I am and then take her into the world? So she's very rich. She's a luscious, deep coral rose. And you know, this is the center of creativity and procreativity. So perhaps you're going to be birthing something new, not necessarily a physical baby, but an energetic baby in this new wave of energies and in this new moon frequency. Very lovely, very beautiful rose, like a chalice. And of course, that sacral chakra is a chalice. It's an alchemical pot. Beautiful, beautiful rose. And if you chose Rose Card 3, this one is Rose Bagua 8, and she's not come forward in any of the other readings that we've done with the Rose Oracle deck. Now, Rose Bagua 8 sits in the area of the Bagua that is all connected to self-knowledge, wisdom, and that place of deep knowing of self. And for those of you that are familiar with a Bagua, and those of you that are not, it's a feng shui term, and it's a box of 9 squares that contain different elements of our expression in the world. And this is the work that I share in the Rose 4 class, that allows you to both look at your physical space, but also your internal space by putting yourself into the center of the Bagua, into the health, the Tai Chi aspect at the core of the Bagua. And from there, breathe out your heartfelt longing for expression within the world. And that can incorporate your relationships, your sense of abundance, your sense of success in the world, your creativity, your connection to the wisdom of the ancestors. It's a beautiful way of working with the roses, and it's the one aspect of the roses that is working on the horizontal plane. All of the rest of the roses are connecting and healing and clearing the energy lines as above, so below. So this is where we take our heartfelt expression out in the world. And this rose, she's sort of unfurling, and you can see the beautiful golden mean spiral of this rose. And she sits in this area of self-knowledge and wisdom. So when I'm looking at the Bagua, this rose says, the deeper I'm prepared to go to uncover the rings of the onion, to come really truly into center, that totally inspires my relationships in the world and all aspects of me that I then take out to interface with others in the world. So she's calling you to truth, she's calling you to deep self-knowledge, and she's calling you into the wisdom center, and says, when we come to that place of our inner wisdom and inner stillness, you know, all action, all right action expands from that point. So when we take time to come into that place of our hearts, into our heart field, we come into a deep place of stillness within our energy field. And at that point, we can make different choices. It's like we become less reactive to life and more responsive to life. And that can lead to new doors opening and whole new ways of approaching our interface with the world and each other. So here she is. She is Rose Bagua 8, and this is her first time in coming out to play in a reading. So I hope that they have been able to give you some kind of insight and inspiration. It's certainly going to be a very powerful time as we move forward. And the clearer we are and the more heart connected we are, the more we feel in the flow of our lives, the more resourceful and, I don't know, just good about what's unfolding here, despite what appears to be slightly chaotic in our external world. So we can only come from the heart. The heart is, for me, the keystone of absolutely everything. And it's, without a doubt, it's what I came to work with for myself, in being able to come and bring more of my essence present in the world. But I'm sure that for many of us too, this has been the story and where we need to keep our attention and our focus to. You know, what lights us up? You know, what fires the heart field? That really is the only place that we want to put our attention, and the only place that we want to invest our energy in going forward. So just as a couple of other little notes, I have a one-day retreat that I'm offering at the Chalice Well in Glastonbury on the 17th of September. And that will be focusing on this area of self-love and self-mastery that is really the essence as we go through this doorway into the more yin aspects of the year, into the inner place that going into the winter and into the autumn, into winter time offers us in this cycle of coming out into the most yang time of the year, which is the summer solstice, and then this withdrawing into the winter solstice. So that's really exciting in the offering at the Chalice Well. And I also have a Rose 1 and 2 intensive day that I'm offering here on the 21st of August here in Cadnam in Hampshire at the Rosy Temple. So that's really a real fun day. The Rose 1 and the Rose 2 set within the Oracle are very much about clearing any of the stories that we may still have in the chakra energies and that may be inhibiting the real place of us shining our true colours. The roses are here to help us to find that true voice, find that true expression in the world, and to be the, for me to be the best Sandy I can be, and for you to be the best you can be too. So the roses are very graceful in their working and their illuminating of any residual stories. They are pure vibrational medicine for the heart, and it's such a joy to have the opportunity to share them. So I hope this little new moon rose reading has been useful for you, and for any of you actually listening to this on the new moon, I have a free rose healing that I'm offering at the actual point of the new moon, which is at 9:44 UK time this evening. It's just a very short window between 9:44 and 10 p.m. and I'm going to be activating a rose healing wave to all of those that have sent me their names. I think there's nearly 60 of us at the moment that are involved in the wave. So as ever, from the Rosy Temple, from my heart to yours, with much love and rosy blessings, and have a wonderful new moon celebration. Thank you.